Tropical Storm Debby is drenching the southeastern United States. Good evening, I'm Mike Naso with this Monday night update on the tropics. Taking a look out there, we have Debby, which made landfall as a Category 1 hurricane near Steinhatchee, Florida, early Monday morning. It is now over Georgia, moving very slowly, and while it's only a tropical storm and it's weakened, it still is causing a lot of problems with a very prolific heavy rainfall threat. We also have a system in the Caribbean we're watching, which is a low chance for development, is cruising to the west-northwest, and it might do something down the road. We'll keep an eye on it. And as August continues, we're going to watch off the coast of Africa to see if anything can get brewing there. But right now, let's talk about Debby as of 11 p.m. Eastern Time from the National Hurricane Center. Debby was at 31.1, 82.1, and that puts it in southern Georgia there to the northeast of Jacksonville. And it's moving very slowly northeast at 7. We could hope that it moves offshore and maybe some of the rainfall stays offshore. I know most of the stronger tropical storm force winds are in bands offshore. I'll show you that in a second on the radar. But northeast at 7 is still very slow, winds 45 miles per hour. This slow motion should continue. It should bring it back out over water, and then it will make landfall in South Carolina. And right now we do have a tropical storm warning that goes from Ponte Verde, Florida to South Santee River, and then a tropical storm watch from South Santee River Inlet up to Cape Fear, North Carolina, just in case North Carolina gets in on some of the tropical storm force winds. Now, by Friday and Saturday, Debby should be a weakening depression and eventually get out, but not before dropping a heck of a lot of heavy rain. Here's the radar of the southeastern United States, and again, the National Hurricane Center noted that most of the winds of tropical storm force, maybe 40-45 miles an hour, are probably offshore in heavier rain bands, but nevertheless, it is still a tropical storm. There's the center, and it's moving very slowly, but the rain is pounding areas of Georgia and South Carolina. Florida, you're looking better. There's still some residual bands there as the system moves on out, but again, this is really a Georgia, South Carolina, maybe southern North Carolina rain event. The forecast models of the European ensemble show it sticking around and then eventually getting out of here, but this is over 240 hours it's up here, so it's still going to be quite a few days of dealing with Debby, and we're going to watch that. Note they also show a wave in the central Atlantic, a sign that things are going to get more and more busy as time goes on. The GFS ensembles, they also show Debby sticking around and then eventually getting on out. So we seem to be coming to a consensus that it's going to kind of mill around right offshore, come in, and then get out. But there is a very dangerous heavy rain threat. We also have the threat of some storm surge 2 to 4 feet from the mouth of the St. Mary's River here near the Florida-Georgia line all the way back up to Cape Fear. There will be water rises around the counterclockwise flow of the tropical storm. The big threat, obviously, rainfall. Look at there, especially between Savannah and Charleston and Augusta, you're looking at 12, 16, 20, maybe up to 30 inches of rain. Hopefully, the system's a little drier than we think. Maybe it stays a little more offshore with some of the rain bands. But right now, the forecast has just prolific rainfall, and then it drenches all the way up into New England, and that is why we have a high flash flood threat in areas of Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina as Debby continues to sit and spin. Taking another look at the radar, this a little closer, the center of the storm is right there in southern Georgia, and again, it's just moving so slow that these constant feeder bands pulling onshore and all of these rain bands associated with the former hurricane, the now tropical storm, are drenching areas, and that's why you saw this region here of South Carolina is really, really going to have impacts for flooding. So again, we'll continue to watch Debby right now. The rainfall is the main threat, the flooding threat, but still some tropical storm force winds. Everybody in North Florida to the North Carolina coastline needs to be ready for the potential for serious flooding from Tropical Storm Debby. I'm Mike Naso with the latest on the tropics. I'll talk to you next time.